At first, Brainrot was just a joke, a weird sound, a random phrase, a video that made no sense. Someone posted it, someone else repeated it, then everyone started acting like they understood. That was the point. Brainrot did not need to be smart. It did not need to explain anything. It only needed to be easy to copy. Then your feed learned something important. You did not need to like the video. You only needed to stop scrolling. Half a second was enough. A confused pause was enough. A replay was enough. A comment saying, "What did I just watch?" was enough. And once the algorithm saw that reaction, it gave you more. More sounds, more edits, more faces, more nonsense. Until normal videos started feeling too slow. This is how brainrot spreads. And this is why the internet feels broken. Stage 1 is the random joke. This is where it starts. One strange video appears on your feed. It has a sound you have never heard before. The editing is too fast. The face is distorted. The caption barely makes sense. The joke feels unfinished. You do not even know if it is supposed to be funny, so you watch it again. That is the first trap. A normal joke makes sense the first time. Brainrot gets stronger when it does not. Your brain wants the missing piece, so you pause, you replay, you read the comments. Everyone else seems to be pretending they get it. Some people say it is hilarious. Some people say it is the death of humor. Some people just repeat the phrase. That is when the joke starts leaving the video. It becomes a sound, a word, a face, a reaction. And once a joke can be copied without context, it can spread anywhere. Stage 2 is repetition. This is where the joke stops being one video. Now it becomes a pattern. You hear the same sound on 10 different clips. A cooking video uses it, a gaming edit uses it, a dog video uses it, a random slideshow uses it, a school meme account uses it. At first, it annoys you, then you recognize it, then you start expecting it. That is the strange part. The internet can make something feel normal by showing it to you enough times. The first time, it is weird. The 5th time, it is familiar. The 20th time, you might laugh before the joke even happens. Not because it got better, because your brain learned the pattern. This is why brainrot is so sticky. It does not always win through quality. It wins through exposure. A phrase gets repeated until it feels like part of the language. A sound gets reused until silence feels wrong. A face gets edited until the original person no longer matters. The meme becomes a reflex. You see the setup, your brain fills in the rest. Stage 3 is the algorithm. This is where brainrot gets serious, because now the joke is no longer spreading person to person. The machine joins in. Your feed does not care if a video improves your life. It cares if you react. You stop scrolling. You replay. You comment. You send it to someone with no explanation. The platform reads that as a signal, so it gives the video to more people. Then it gives you more videos like it. The algorithm does not understand the joke. It does not need to. It only sees behavior. You watched for 2 extra seconds. You opened the comments. You stayed confused. That is enough. This is where brainrot becomes a feedback loop. Creators see what works, so they make it louder, faster, stranger, shorter, more edited, more broken. Then the algorithm rewards that. Then other creators copy it. Then the next version has to be even more intense, because the old version is already boring. This is how your feed starts racing against your attention span. The video has to hit before you think. The caption has to grab you before you blink. The sound has to be familiar before the scene even starts. Everything becomes optimized for the first second. Not the full thought, not the full story, the first second. Stage 4 is when the joke becomes language. This is where brainrot escapes the screen. People stop saying normal things. They start saying references. A word from a meme replaces a full sentence. A sound effect replaces a reaction. A phrase becomes a personality. At school, people repeat it. At work, someone says it ironically. In group chats, it becomes a reply to everything. Nobody explains it. You either get it or you do not. That is part of the appeal. Brainrot creates tiny internet tribes. If you know the phrase, you are inside the joke. If you do not, you feel old, or slow, or disconnected. This is why brainrot spreads so fast among younger viewers. It is not only entertainment, it is social currency. Knowing the current joke tells people you are online enough. It tells them you saw the same thing they saw. It gives everyone a quick way to feel connected. But the cost is that language starts getting thinner. Instead of explaining how you feel, you post a reaction image. Instead of making a point, you quote a meme. Instead of having a normal conversation, you stack references. It feels funny for a while. Then it starts making normal words feel boring. Stage 5 is when the meaning dies. This is the stage where nobody knows where the meme came from anymore. The original video disappears. The first joke is forgotten. The person who made it may not even matter. All that survives is the format, the sound, the phrase, the character. the broken rhythm. At this point, people are not laughing at the original meaning. They are laughing because they recognize the shape. That is why Brainrot can keep going long after it stops making sense. A meme becomes famous. Then people remix it. Then people parody the remix. Then people make a parody of the parody. Soon, the joke is 10 layers away from where it started. You can still feel that it is supposed to be funny, but you cannot explain why. That is when Brainrot becomes pure signal. It says, I am internet. That is all. The meaning does not matter anymore. The repetition is the joke. The confusion is the joke. The fact that adults hate it is part of the joke. The fact that nobody can explain it is part of the joke. And once meaning dies, anything can become content. A low-quality animation. A strange voice, a random animal, a fake word, a distorted face, a clip with no story. If it can be repeated, it can live. Stage 6 is when normal content feels slow. This is the stage people do not notice right away. One day a normal video feels boring. A person speaks at a regular pace. You want them to hurry up. A movie scene takes time to build. You check your phone. A long video starts with context. You skip ahead. A quiet moment feels empty. Your brain wants another cut, another sound, another caption, another joke. This does not mean your brain is ruined forever. It means your attention has been trained. Your feed teaches you what pace to expect. If every video hits fast, normal pacing starts to feel wrong. If every joke arrives in 1 second, slow humor feels dead. If every clip is edited like a panic attack, calm content feels broken. That is one of the biggest dangers of brain rot. It changes what the internet rewards. Creators stop trusting viewers to wait. Viewers stop trusting videos to get better. So everything gets compressed. The setup gets cut. The silence gets cut. The explanation gets cut. The human part gets cut. All that remains is impact. A sound, a face, a reaction, a caption, a loop. This is where the internet starts feeling less like a place and more like a slot machine. You scroll, you react, you forget. Then you scroll again. Stage 7 is when brain rot becomes culture. This is the final stage. The joke is no longer trapped inside the internet. It reaches real life. Kids say it in classrooms. Friends say it in public. Brands post it. Teachers hear it. Parents complain about it. News shows try to explain it. Companies use it in ads 2 weeks too late. Then everyone calls it cringe. That is how you know the cycle is almost over. A brain rot joke starts with confusion. Then it becomes funny. Then it becomes everywhere. Then brands touch it. Then adults notice it. Then younger people abandon it. Then the next one arrives. This is the real engine. Brain rot does not last because one meme is strong. It lasts because the internet keeps replacing it. The current phrase dies. A new phrase appears. The current sound gets old. A new sound replaces it. The current format becomes cringe. A stranger format takes its place. The internet is not running out of brain rot. It is getting better at producing it. That is why it feels endless. Brain rot is not one trend. It is a content system. It rewards speed. It rewards repetition. It rewards confusion. It rewards anything that makes you react before you think. And that is why people say it is ruining the internet. Not because every dumb joke is bad. Dumb jokes have always existed. The problem is scale. Now the dumb joke can reach millions in a day. Then millions of people copy it. Then the copies become the feed. Then the feed teaches everyone to expect more of the same. At that point, brain rot is no longer something you watch. It is something the internet becomes. The scariest part is that brain rot works even when you hate it. If you stop to complain, it's still got your attention. If you send it to someone to say, this is stupid, it's still spread. If you comment that the internet is cooked, the video still wins. The algorithm does not need love. It only needs movement. That is why brain rot is so hard to beat. You cannot defeat it by being annoyed. Annoyance is engagement. Confusion is engagement. Hate watching is engagement. The system treats all of it like fuel, so the internet keeps producing videos that feel like noise. Because noise is cheap, noise is fast, noise is easy to copy, and noise does not need a point. It only needs a reaction. Brain rot is not ruining the internet because it is stupid. It is ruining the internet because it is easy to repeat. A real idea takes time. A real joke takes timing. A real story takes patience. Brain rot skips all of that. It gives you the reaction first. Then it dares you to ask why you reacted. By the time you do, the next video is already playing. That is the final stage. The internet does not need to make sense anymore. It only needs to keep moving. And as long as you keep watching, it will.